Hello, my name is Chris Williams, and I will be your online Honors Earth Environmental Science teacher for Pitt County Virtual Academy. The purpose of this video is to give you some important information on how to navigate through Canvas, which is the program in which we will teach um, your content to you during the course of the semester. So we're going to begin by showing you exactly what you will see and how to operate and navigate in Canvas, just in case you're not familiar with it. So to begin, if you were to open up Canvas, the page that you currently see is called your home page, and you can click on that, and basically you will see some things. You will see, first of all, the title of your course. You will see some announcements, which we will talk about later. Of course, again, you see the title. You see what the course is. You see some information. You see a picture of myself, and you will see some things over here on the right, which we will talk about later. So real quickly, we're going to begin by meeting your teacher. As I said, my name is Chris Williams, and I will be your teacher this semester. Ways to contact me. You can contact me by email, and that's my school email, or you can give me a call, or you can text me at that number, which is on the screen. I do have office hours, and you can make an appointment, or you can email me if you should have a concern or a question. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, first of all, I'm very excited to be teaching with you this semester. I graduated from East Carolina with a Bachelor's of Science degree in Environmental Health. I returned to graduate school at ECU for a Master's in Science Education and Biology. I've been teaching with Pitt County Schools for about 16 years, and I have been teaching science online for 3 years. I currently teach at South Central High School, so if any of you are attending South Central High School and need some issues, you can swing by my room. I'm in room 315. I am married and have been married for almost 23 years. I'm not sure just what happened there. And I have 2 daughters, and I also have 1 dog. So that's a little bit about myself. And like I said, I'm just really excited to be with you this semester. We're going to learn together, and we're going to grow together. So I'm going to go back to our home page, and this is our home page right here. And we're just going to kind of go through some things. First of all, on the home page, right under the home page tab, you're going to see a tab called Announcements. And so we're going to talk about these announcements because announcements are super important. As you can see, there's already 2 announcements, and you need to check your announcements every day. For most of the time, announcements will be posted on a daily basis, but your announcements are a tool to help inform you and to keep you up to date on what you need to be doing. So as an example, this is your first announcement, and basically just a welcome. Put a picture up there so you can put a picture with the voice that you hear. And so basically, there's a little agenda like what you would need to do today. And so it tells you need to watch the introductory video on the course syllabus. You need to carefully review each page. It covers the how-tos of Canvas, how to begin the orientation modules. So basically, you will click through these things. The one thing that you'll need to do is you need to text me your name and a fun fact. And then for homework, you have to have your parent text me his or her name, and then attach your name to that text as well, so we can begin to build our contact information. We're going to look at the syllabus real quick. And basically, this is your syllabus. Once again, it just tells you the name of the course. It gives you my name once again, a way to contact me, which is by email, and of course, our office hours are by appointment. The video right here is actually what you will be looking at very shortly. So we're just going to go through the syllabus real quick just to make sure. I don't want to read it word for word, but basically the syllabus breaks down a course description. It just tells you the different topics that we will be learning throughout the semester. There is a pacing guide, and the pacing guide, we break the course up into 9 modules, which includes lessons and assignments and quizzes and tests and so forth. So it's really, really important that you stay on pace and always review your pacing guides and refer to your course calendar to make sure that you're up to date on all of your assignments. So basically, this is just what we're going to be learning about. So we have the different weeks, and like I said, I don't want to read it word for word. I know that you can read that. But basically, I'm just going to kind of keep scrolling down here. And so we've got some important dates. We'll be filling in your final exam time once that becomes made, or once that is made aware to us, the exact date that you will be taking it. And it's super important that you contact your individual school to determine your exam date. So first of all, we're going to talk about the grading policy. And here's our grading policy. First of all, we have 60% are major grades and 40% are minor grades. And then it tells you how your final grades will be determined. So basically 75% is going to be coursework. So this semester you're going to have a R4 and a R5 and a R6. That's going to be 75% of your work in your final exam. And your final exam will be 25%. And your final exam is actually a state exam. It's an NC final exam, and that will count 25% of your work. Of course, we all know our grading scales, so we hope everyone is striving to make the A. But there's our grading scale there. If you do need tutoring during the course of the semester, if you find that you need help, I am available by appointment. If you should need any other resources, as far as like a textbook, you can get a textbooks from your own school. They should be available there. All materials that you will need will be posted in Canvas. But like I said, you can also supplement your learning by using your Earth Science textbook. Okay. Basically, just some course expectations. This is a very, very critical block of information. I want you to really make sure that you understand this and clearly read this. Because if you don't understand the technical aspects and how to hand in assignments, then it can develop some problems during the course of the semester. So basically, anytime you submit an assignment, it can be in a Google Doc, Microsoft Word, or anything equivalent to Apple. Basically, you will put your last name, first initial, underscore assignment name. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. So that's my last name, Williams, with a C underscore what is science. So that would be my assignment, and you would submit it through there. And you're going to learn how to submit things through the orientation module. If you have a project, they can be submitted or completed by using Pages or Keynote, Google Presentation, or maybe even iMovie. So if you would like to turn in your project in another format, just check with me before you complete it, just to make sure that it is a good format or a good program to use. So if you any completion of pamphlets or posters, they need to be completed in a Google application. Now, this right here is our digital expectations, and basically if we were to click on this kind of tells you a little bit about our policy. Unfortunately, I'm not logged in, so you won't be able to see that, but you can click on that when you're on your syllabus. Make sure you read it, make sure you understand it. Okay, so here's some communication expectations for this course. First of all, email. If you need me, contact me by email. My email is listed on the syllabus. My response time, as far as email goes, is normally 12 to 24 hours. Sometimes it may be faster. If you email me on the weekends, it may take a little bit longer. So if you have an emergency, try to contact me by email And if you can't reach me by email, then use the phone number which you can find on the Meet Your Teacher page. Okay. Basically, your student email. Every student in Pitt County has an email account. However, you can message me through Canvas, and I will show you how to do that just a little bit later. And of course, we have a discussion tool, and I'm going to tell you about the discussion tool. It's a public forum. It looks and functions like email, but it goes to the entire class. So basically, what you need to understand is we will use this discussion tool to have class discussions throughout the course, but you just need to be careful what you say to someone on the discussion tool, because everyone in the class will see it and it cannot be retracted. So just please abide by the netiquette rules when talking to your classmates. So once again, we're going to talk about announcements. Kind of highlighted those. But basically, announcements are going to be sent out on a regular basis, pretty much a daily basis, and it just has important information about the course, important information about deadlines, and so always check your announcements, and it will help you keep track of what you need to do to be successful in the course. We will have discussion boards, and class participation in these discussion boards is expected. And so basically, you have to offer comments or questions or replies to each one. And I will be reading them, and I will be participating in the discussion as well. So basically, how we will grade our discussion boards. Students are expected to make one meaningful original post in the discussion board, and the post has to just address the question or the concept that's being viewed, and then you have to reply to at least one student's post. And it can't just be yes, no, or agree or disagree, but it has to be an extended discussion to build on that student post. There will be opportunity for group work, so just like in your regular face-to-face classrooms, students have the opportunity to work in small groups, and you will have an opportunity to work in small groups here. Just want to remind you of some things when you're working in groups. Always be respectful to complete the project by the due date. Basically, use your group discussion to post collaboration. Excuse me. Just review your announcements or your assignments, and make sure you understand the goals of the project, and create and collectively to establish the goals of the project, and then make sure just not one person is doing all the work. So divide your tasks fairly and evenly amongst the members of the group. And if someone needs some help, reach out, assist each other, and make sure that your presentation that you're creating is a group effort, but it's the best group effort that you can do. And always, don't just meet the expectations of the assignment, but exceed those, okay? We will have what is called synchronous meetings, which means we're going to try to have at least one scheduled synchronous meeting per week. And we will set a time where we will all just come in together and chat and talk. And this will be a time for you as a student to talk with your peers, to ask some questions, to participate in the discussion, and even to participate or ask some questions about overview of the week's content. Basically, it's going to be like a chance for you to talk to the teacher, much like you would do in your face-to-face classroom. So we will look at some times for those synchronous contact meetings, and we will determine those, and we will figure out when is a good time for all of us to meet. So this right here is a course summary, and as you see, you already have some things that are going to be due, and they're going to be due by Sunday. So we will talk a little bit more about that. So we're going to go back to our home page. I'm going to scroll back up here. Sorry for moving so fast. Like I said, we've already talked about our announcements. We've just covered our syllabus, and now we're going to look at the modules. And so basically, this is what you will see when you open up, and some of these things are just going to be as you go through them, it's going to show that you have, um, completed something. So basically, this is just your orientation module. And as you read it, you will click through it. Okay. And basically, if you were, as you continue to go through it, and you're reading, and it just says different things. I don't mean to scroll, but this is the same information that we have covered before. But basically, and this is your meet your teacher, okay? And so now here's the thing. I want you to look at this page. This page right here is a little bit different from what we've been doing. This is called mark as done, okay? So basically, you're going to need to, once you do this, you're going to need to click mark as done, and it's going to show up on your module that you've completed it. Now this right here is a good communication page, and so what you're going to do is you're going to click on this form here, and you're going to fill this form out right here. And this form just provides information to myself, and it's critical information that will help us be successful and help you be successful in this course. So these are the modules, and right now you really can't see everything. You're just looking at your module right here. And so basically, here are the things that you have to complete, and you have to go in order. Okay, so like I said, once you see where we've got the check mark, that means you've completed it. So it shows you complete. We haven't done the communication, and it doesn't show the check mark because we haven't clicked that mark done box. Okay, now I'm going to leave the student view because this is how you see it. But I'm going to show you a little something different. And I'm going to click don't panic when you see these things because you can't see all this. But basically, you will see all of your modules here, okay? And we will open up these modules. Like there's week 1, and literally what you do is you click on it and you go directly in order, okay? So I don't want you to be overwhelmed by that, but we go all the way through, and it shows you all of our modules right there. So let me do one thing. I'm going to click back and go to student view again, and we're going to look at your grades. Okay, now basically I do want to tell you this right here. Your grades, it shows you first of all what you've scored, and basically in Canvas it's not going to show your average. Your average will be calculated and put into PowerSchool. So you will see assignments that you've done and they've been graded, but just remember it's not an average, okay? So just want to make sure you are aware of that. Now this is our conference tab. Now of course it says we can't view this in a student view, but let me show you something real fast. I'm going to leave this, and when you go into our view, you won't see the little blue button here because I have to add the conferences. But when there's a conference, you will just come in here and you will click on the conference and the time, and you will be able to have your conference. So let's say, as an example, if we have a conference on a Thursday at 7 o'clock, that conference would be in there, and you will be able to click it and you will be able to access it. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the settings here so you can see your student view. Because this is what you look like, because this is what your view looks like. So this is your grades. Once again, this is kind of what we had just talked about. And there's your conferences. Of course, you really can't see anything with that. So let's go back here. And of course, these are just pages that you can click on. So I'm going to go back to the home page and just say, first of all, if you are new to Canvas and you have any questions about it, I don't want you to stress or get overwhelmed. Just reach out to me and say, hey, Mr. Williams, I'm having some issues. And we'll work through them, okay? It's a learning process. We're just happy, and I'm excited that you are in this class, and I look forward to getting to know each of you, and I look forward to having a successful semester with you.